Welcome back to Our Way. We are here again. I'm glad that you all are with us today. I'm Jill.
And I'm Kayla.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because you sang that.
Sometimes you just have to sing. I'm no singer, but I am a mom, and I think I'm a great mom. So we're going to bring you a great conversation today on generational curses. And do we think we have some in our family? And did we break them, or are we continuing the cycle? Let's talk about it.
I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva.
What do you think?
Well, what's the first generational curse? From your opinion, you older than me.
Facts. So from my opinion, I think that all the women before me had kids in their teens or very early 20s, like 20, 21, very early young adult life, which means they didn't really get to see the fullness of their adult life because they were managing children and all those type of things, and I am one of them. I had a baby at 20. My mother had a baby at 18. She would be the baby. And then my grandmother, she had, kids in her early 20s. So, how old are you?
I'll be 26, sweeties.
Do you have any children? Yes! So one would say that generational curse has been broken.
I worked very hard on that. I don't even want no kids. For real.
Well, I would love to be a grandmother. I think I'll be a good grandmother because I was a good mother. Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
So, I do think that families fall into sometimes into generational things. And let's change the narrative. Maybe not a curse, but fall into generational patterns. That's what we'll say. Generational patterns. And so I think that we have been able to break that generational pattern, and you have been able to do things that I may not have been able to do because I had you, and things were just different. My grind looked totally different than what yours looked like because you were my focus. And you know what I'm thinking about? You are still my focus.
Y'all, if you hear something in the background, that's our fur baby.
He's
Ignore
being
that.
challenging today. He's not cooperating much. But yeah, I think that you're still my focus. Even at 26, you're still my focus. Of course, I have an additional focus because I have another child, but you are still my focus at almost 26, as she said, sweeties. But I do think that it comes a point in time where you have to break those generational patterns. And I think having a baby at a younger age was one that we was able to conquer. And also, another generational pattern was college. I don't have a degree. My mom doesn't have a degree. I don't believe my grandmother had a degree. You have two, sweet. I just think when you know better, you have to do better. And each generation did the best they could with what they had. And I learned from their generations, and I tried to take it a step further with you and have these real conversations and have, continuously be open to your way of thinking, your way of seeing. What's your perspective?
Well, here's the thing, and you already know, but they don't know. I do not want kids. About, I think, maybe 6 months ago, I tried to reframe my thinking and say, I don't foresee myself having any kids right now. But it's back to I don't want any kids. I just don't. A few weeks ago, I had to watch my other sibling who really can watch themselves, and I had to watch my mother's fur animal, and that stressed me out. On day one, I was in my car drinking Stella Rosa.
Mind you, my other child is 14. He's more than capable of taking care of himself.
Listen, I think when you work in the profession that I work in, and when you know you don't want any kids, you should not have them. I truly don't think that I would be the best mother, and I say that because I lack showing affection. And when I leave work, I hide from my own fur animal. You can't hide from your child, you know. And I wouldn't bring a child into that situation. So I think I kind of always knew that generational curse or pattern would be broken with me, because I just wasn't going to do that, and I'm still not going to do that, and I don't foresee myself ever doing that. And don't get me wrong, I think you'd be a great grandmother, just not with my kids, with your other child kids. And you may be a tad older, but that's all right. At least you're getting them, but they won't be coming, you know, from me.
Well, I kind of have a different perspective on your life. I think,
Here she go, y'all.
I think with the profession that she has, she does have a level of empathy for kids. So I think that you would be a good mother when it's your time. And the only person that knows when it's your time is the Lord. So we were put here to bear children.
See, don't start that. Don't start that. Don't start that. And we're just gonna stop right
We
here.
were put here. No, we're not stopping. We were put here to multiply, and you do that by bearing children. It's something that the Lord intended us to do. However, I understand. Look, don't come for me, because I understand that it's not for everybody. Let's be clear about that. I get that part. However, I'm gonna always aim to encourage my kids to have children, because I think they're good humans, and I think that they will be good parents. But in the same token, I respect the fact that you're saying, I just don't think that's for me. And I'm going to respect that, but that doesn't stop me from wanting you to have kids.
Yeah, I can't even keep a stable man. How she think I'm gonna have a kid? Because the minute they do something that raises a red flag for me, they gone.
Well, you know there's ways around that these days. You don't need a man to have a baby.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing
Just
that.
saying.
We ain't doing
Just saying. Know people who's done it.
Matter of fact, I got a great example. My sibling asked me just yesterday if I was going to be a part-time mom. They asked me that. So what in the world would I do with a child?
I think you need to put that into perspective. What was that conversation about? When
Because you said it would live life here and at my house.
right.
So I said, you have it 1 week, I have it 1 week.
Not going
I
to
mean, it's unfair to me.
happen. Not going to happen.
So,
Then she said, well, you could be weekend grandparents, so you want to stop my life on the weekend. So
you
can
don't
live
do
your
nothing on
life.
weekend or you be in bed by 8 o'clock.
That's fine. With a baby, you ain't in bed by 8 o'clock. You in bed when they go to bed.
Y'all, listen, at the end of the day, okay, ain't nothing coming out my coon cat, okay? And that's just it.
How explicit was that? Y'all didn't need that, did y'all? But it's okay. She just showing you who she is. That's all. It wouldn't been my way of saying that, but it's her way. That's all right.
Listen, okay, and let's talk about this during this segment.
What?
I am the only female on my mother's side of the family who still has all of her female organs. Let's talk about it. So what does that tell you? Something is wrong with us. And And it starts at age 27, if I'm not mistaken. That's how old I'll be next year. You think I'm gonna do that? No. No, baby. I'm lying.
This is what I think. We have had some female situations going on. However, when the Lord see fit to bless you with children, the Lord will see fit to bless you with children.
Y'all see how she keep doing that?
That's it. We're going to leave it into the Lord's hands and we just going to move on. How about that?
Well, for both generational patterns, I am happy to be the one to break them.
Do you think there's any other generational patterns that we have that you have broken?
No, but I think we got a lot of generational attitude problems. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Y'all, pray for her. That's all we can say. Pray for her.
I'm just saying. Hey, we here to keep it honest with y'all. We said we was gonna talk about any and everything.
But we talking about us. We ain't talking about...
Our family?
Yeah. We talking
Well,
about
that includes generational patterns. You get attitude sometimes.
facts.
Your mother.
We going there.
And all the other women have attitude problems. Now, I'm not leaving
I
myself
know, wait, hold
exempt.
on. I can't say we have attitude problems, but can we get attitude sometimes? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's life. We all can get attitude sometimes, but I don't find that I have an attitude
Oh,
problem.
the Bible say, tell the truth, shame the devil. Listen, I'm not exempting myself. I got a huge attitude problem. I just don't care nothing bad.
Well, I'm not putting that up on myself. I'm not wearing that hat. Sorry, ma'am. Can I get an attitude sometimes? Absolutely. But do I have an attitude problem? Absolutely not. Let's be
Okay, she probably the least one. However, it's still there.
Yeah, we all, that's life. We all have attitudes. We all get in our feelings about something sometimes. However, do I have a problem? Absolutely not.
Okay.
I stand on that 10 toes down. Facts.
Y'all tell us if y'all got generational issues, generational patterns, whatever y'all want to call it.
We want to change the narrative and say generational patterns that you would like to break. Because curse seems so awful. Curse is like somebody has put a spell over your life and you can't change it, but I believe the Lord can change anything. So we're going to say patterns. We're going to change it from generational curses to generational patterns that we want to break. But there's good things that happens from generation to generation. Oh, you know what other generation pattern you broke? I just thought about this. You don't like to cook. You don't cook. I don't like to cook, but I can cook. I have learned from some of the best.
Wait a minute.
I
Let's stop
can
right
cook.
there.
You don't cook.
No, ma'am, we ain't gonna do that. I want y'all to ask her in the comments at what age was I when she stopped cooking, and how often she cooked now.
You was an adult when I stopped cooking.
I was 16 at best.
That is not true. That is not true. She got a cooked meal every single night until she left and went to college, and that was at 17. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, that is the truth. We're going to bring in reinforcements next time so they can vouch. Because I don't know where her memory's at, but I cooked every single night. For one, let's be clear. We ain't had no whole plethora of finances to be going out and getting no meals on no every single night. So we cooked. We cooked. If we keeping it real, I remember the whole household eating off the McDonald's dollar menu with about $15. So we cooked, ma'am. We cooked.
Well, for me, no, I don't cook. But
No.
also, I ain't got no kids and I ain't got no husband.
You sure don't come in the kitchen and help cook for Thanksgiving dinner neither, nor Christmas.
I'd rather buy the things.
You hear that? You hear
That's
that?
contributing.
You hear that? So she
Buying.
rather give up her finances than up her time. I'd rather you give me your time than your finances.
Listen, I be here.
Sleep. Sleep. Let's be clear about this.
That's not
If
true.
we being honest, if we putting our truths on the table, sleep.
That's not true.
This man be sleep. Sleep.
That's not true.
That is so true. I like to cook a big breakfast, right? I don't eat breakfast, Mom. I'll see you at 12 or after. By 12 come, I done already had help in the kitchen with Dyson. My husband has stepped in, and he has now become a sous chef. He's really good at that, too. He dices what I need. He does all that stuff. She walking through the dough. The ham already done been in the oven, basting. The greens then already got done. The dressing is just, and I have to cook 2 dressings because she like it one way and he like it a different way. Me and my other kid don't eat dressing. So we need them to taste it. That's the only part she be here for. Facts.
Like I
You see the
said.
silence, right? Silence, crickets.
Like I said,
Crickets on the other side.
I provide finances. I don't like, now I know how to cook, but I don't like to. It takes up too much of my time.
You hear that?
So I prefer to go to somebody else's restaurant and they cook for me. But I do bring a nice little bottle for me and my father. And let me just say something, get lit every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. Except for last, because I had surgery. But this year we're going to do the same thing.
I don't know about that. Some things must stop. Because we sit here talking about generational patterns. And there's some people in our family that have some generation pattern drinking. And we need to stop some of those patterns.
Well, out of 3 generations, me, her, and her mama, it ain't none of us. Y'all, I'm making a fool of that.
You are cutting up. You are cutting up. Me, my mother, my grandmother. The women in my family aren't huge drinkers that I'm aware of. But you never know what happened before we came. So let's stop the foolishness with the drinking.
That's none of my business. Listen, okay? Christmas and Thanksgiving can be a little stressful.
For who? You don't cook. You don't do anything. So what makes it stressful for you? You don't go to the grocery store and look for the last bag of large elbow noodles on the shelf. You don't prepare nothing. You aren't the sous chef. You don't do anything. So what makes these holidays stressful?
You know what? We're gonna bring my daddy in the next video, okay? That's what we gonna do.
Oh, so you really want him to know? You really want the world to know the truth?
That's what we gonna do.
Well, I am proud to say that the generation that I have going forward has broken some patterns, and I can appreciate that. I think it's a testament to growing from each generation. I think it's a testament because my mom was 18, I was 20, and now Kayla is 25, now 26. So I think each generation has changed the narrative, a little bit, and that's good. I think you have to take, small wins is great until you get to them big ones, and I think this is a big one for us. I am the oldest grandchild, but I know my other 2 cousins gonna say you're only older than us by 3 months, which is true. But they also have that. Well, they don't have kids, so Kayla is the oldest great grandchild for my grandmother. If my grandmother was alive, she would be the oldest great grandchild. So I'm glad to say that she has started their generation off in the best way. She went to college. She's been a great example to those that are underneath her because she is the oldest great grandchild. She's my mother's oldest grandchild. She's my aunt and uncle's first great niece. So I am very proud of that. I'm very appreciative of that. And we just gonna keep it moving. We just gonna keep tearing the walls down and changing patterns and building a life for ourselves and doing what we do. What do you think?
I'm gonna be me and worry about me.
what we doing. She gonna worry about her. That's why she ain't got no kids, because she's selfish. She can only think about herself.
Listen, I ain't ashamed. I'm selfish with my time. I definitely am. And
Facts.
always will be.
I don't know about always will be, but she dang on selfish with that time. Did you see she don't come over here and help cook? She ready to give her finances than cook.
I get you anything you want. My mom called me and told me she need $1,000. If I got it, I give it to her.
This is true. She definitely gonna give you her money before she give you her time. That's facts. And I'm gonna give you my time before I give you my money. Let's be clear.
Well, y'all tell us in the comments. And by the way, we see y'all viewing and we appreciate that so much. And y'all just remember to subscribe because we want to see y'all. We don't just want y'all to view.
Yeah.
Thank you. So y'all subscribe and like it and share it. And
We appreciate the views.
Yes.
Appreciate the views.
And leave a comment.
Please
if y'all
do.
have generational issues, curses, patterns, whatever you call it, tell us about it and we will respond to y'all.
For sure. We will definitely respond. Don't forget to click like, click share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Kayla, you got anything else you would like to tell the people today?
That's it.
Well, when you see us on the streets or in our comments, don't forget to say,
Hey girl, hey.
hey girl, hey. See you later.
I'm a diva. 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 I'm a